What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about our top power forwards right now in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. Now, before we start this video, there's going to be basically 0 small forwards on this list. Because if somebody can play small forward, more than likely, I most times run them as small forward, and they're going to be on the small forward tier list. So if you do it before or after, I don't care, but go watch the small forward tier list to rank guys like LeBron James, all of those types of guys. I do also want to mention I left KD off of my small forward tier list. He'd be probably B tier, A tier. I'm just not super high on Kevin Durant. However, right now you probably would be able to find a Kevin Durant with like more souped up Hall of Famers, and so that could change things as well. But I do know I left him off the list. I apologize. I'm not perfect. I try to be perfect, but I'm not perfect. If there's anybody... Oh, KD is on this list. Okay, perfect. I thought I initially left him off. So he's going to be basically the only small forward I ranked today. So that's where we're going to start. B tier for KD. And as we do dive into this thing, please smash that subscribe button. Dikembe at power forward's just weird, guys. He's weird. I don't even like ranking him at power forward. I'm going to go B tier, though. And you guys can be like, what? KD is at the same tier Dikembe? That's not right. Well... He's 7'2", so it's kind of tough for me not to be on Dikembe. I do like him more at center. But again, if you want to run a cheesy lineup, do what you got to do. Kevin McHale up next. He kind of stinks. I don't know who needs to hear it, but I'm not a Kevin McHale stand on this game. I don't think the card really does anything well. You know, like, he came out in the same drop, I think, as Sigma, right? I think it is who he came out with. And it's just like, nobody gets hyped for Kevin McHale. The card is not great. His release is not great. He doesn't do anything at an elite level. C tier for Mr. Kevin McHale. Joakim Noah is actually good. He's actually good. Now, I don't necessarily love his release. I don't necessarily love the fact that his 3-ball is a 69. Those are some things I don't like. However, what do I love about Joakim Noah? I love his defensive ability. He's going to play as good a defense as nearly anybody else on this game. 6'11", good player build. I don't hate Joakim Noah. There's nothing that you could say to make me hate this card. When I first got into the NBA, I really liked that Bulls team with like D-Rose and all of those types of guys. Joakim Noah is a certified dog. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Shawn Kemp, F tier. When Shawn Kemp came out, there were some people that actually liked the card. I said from the get-go, I do not like Shawn Kemp. I don't like what this card provides. He doesn't play any defense. Sure, offensively, he can shoot the ball a little bit. I don't like him. Big Brad, I'm going to throw at B tier. He's fine. Better than a guy like Kevin McHale, but not perfect. Do like him more at center. Again, a lot of these cards are going to be on the center list. Dirk. Dirk's a tough one. I'm going to go A tier with Dirk. I think Dirk is actually really solid in this game. I wish his speed was slightly higher, but his release is fine. He's going to knock down shots for you. And again, when I'm looking at Dirk and comparing him even to like, let's say KD, he's taller than KD. I like his release just as much as KD. KD is going to be a little quicker, but I think Dirk is just as good. A tier for Dirk Nowitzki. Draymond at this stage, he's undersized. I still think he's C tier though. He's still going to play solid defense. The problem with this is Draymond, and I'm not ranking the pink diamond because he was on the small forward list. Problem with Diamond Draymond Green is this. His release is just too slow for my liking. I'm not going to shoot the ball with confidence that it's not going to be contested because his release does leave a little bit to be desired. Hakeem Olajuwon up next. I like Hakeem a lot at the power forward position. I'm not going to lie. Again, as center, he's going to be good too. I'm going S tier for Hakeem. I don't know why Carla ranked him so low. Go watch my Carla reaction. It doesn't make any sense. Jermaine O'Neal. It's tough because Jermaine's release is really poor. However, defensively, the card's good. I'm going to go B tier for Jermaine O'Neal. I'm going to. I mean, I like the card enough. I think, with his player build, with what he gives you defensively, he deserves B tier. Chris Kaman, I'm going D tier. This card sucks. I'm sorry. Chris Kaman is not good. And every time I play against Chris Kaman, I'm licking my chops. The card plays no defense. He's got 70 speed. There is no way we're hyping up Chris Kaman. There's just no way. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. D tier for Chris Kaman. Kuz at this stage, not good. He's better than Shawn Kemp. I'll go D tier for Kyle Kuzma. AC Green at the power forward position is an absolute stud. I'm going to go A tier, though. I don't think he's as good as Hakeem Olajuwon. Some people are going to argue. What I would just encourage you guys to do is just compare their badges. Like, AC Green is really good. He's got a great release, but badge-wise, he's just not quite as complete as I want. Jaren, S tier. Jaren's better than AC Green. It's night and day difference. Jaren is one of the best cards in the game. S tier for Jaren Jackson Jr. If you don't like Jaren, it's a you problem. Because I like Jaren. Carlo likes Jaren. It's a you problem. Zach Randolph. I mean, come on, man. D tier. Nobody should be using Zach Randolph. I just don't see what people like out of Zach Randolph. I think the card is overly mid. D tier for Zebo. Chris Bosh. C tier. I mean, I don't know about Chris Bosh. I don't hate the card, but I don't think he's as good as any of these guys at B tier. I do think maybe Jermaine O'Neal. I don't know what I want to do. I think maybe Jermaine could come down. Because I feel like B tier and C tier are just one right now. Giannis is a stud. S tier. I don't care what people say about Giannis. Giannis is going to be Giannis. I think each and every year, I like Giannis about as much as any other card on the game. His player build's immaculate. He handles the ball so well at this power forward position. He can be kind of a point forward. His release this year is so easy to time, easy to green. Giannis is going to be Giannis. Every year, it's the same thing. People don't hype up Giannis. Then I use the card and he's a beast. I don't know. Kareem at power forward is weird. I'm going to go A tier. I like the card more at center. At center, obviously, I'm higher on him. I wish he shot the ball better. If he would shoot the ball better, then maybe I could hype him more up at the power forward position. But I think when I'm looking at things for Kareem, I think I've got to go A tier. I think I got to. He is 7'2". That is nice. But I've got to go A tier with the card. KG. See, this is where things get tough. I think I've got to go A tier with KG as well. I just like those cards at S tier slightly more. I think KG's release is slightly slow for my liking. And I think Giannis handles the ball better than KG. So I'm going to go A tier for KG. I like him. And for that, I got to move Dirk down. Dirk cannot be and AC Green down. And I'm going to move a lot of these cards down as well. I mean, I'm just going to do it. I think I'm going to leave KD here at B tier. I don't love his release, but I think he deserves it. I like this a little bit more. Kenyon Martin at this stage, D tier. There was a time where I liked Kenyon Martin, but that time was over a month ago. At this stage, D tier. Derek Coleman. No, actually, Kenyon Martin, you're C tier. You're not bad. Derek Coleman, you're C tier as well. I like Derek Coleman's defense a ton. The problem I see with Derek Coleman really lies with that release. His release is just tough to consistently green with. I'm going C tier for Derek Coleman. PJ Brown is a stud on this game, A tier. If anybody wants to hate on PJ Brown, I mean, you're the laughing stock of this tier list. PJ Brown is an absolute stud on this game. Shoots the ball better than Joakim Noah. Plays solid defense. Joakim Noah's defense probably is slightly better. But PJ Brown is A tier. There's really no question about it. Jamal McClure, he's not bad. I'm going to go C tier. Wish his 3-bo was slightly higher. 55 is not getting the job done. Zion Williamson. I'll go D tier, I guess. He is way undersized, though. And if you think he like fits the meta of the game, he doesn't. Like, if you're gonna be undersized, you better be able to shoot the ball extremely well. Zion can't even do that. And so it really, to me, it gets to the point of what is he really doing on the floor for me? Nothing. Is Zion Williamson. Julius Randle, not horrible, D tier. If you got the card for free a while ago, he still can play. Amari Stoudemire, D tier, not very good. Al Harrington is good. I'm throwing Al Harrington at B tier. I think he's better than all the cards at C tier. I genuinely do. Like, Dikembe can't shoot at power forward. Al can do it all, man. Get the card, he comes complete. Give me Al at B tier. I really do like the card. Willis Reed at the power forward position. I'm going to go A tier. Shoots the ball incredibly well. His release is super quick. Super easy to time, easy to green. There's no flaws in Willis Reed whatsoever. There's no flaws at all. Card can play. He can compete at an insanely high level. Card is an absolute stud at that power forward position on this game. Joel Embiid, I like him more at center than power forward. At power forward, I think his release is too slow. I'm going to go A tier. At center, which we'll get to, he'll probably be the same tier as like a Hakeem. The difference now is Hakeem's release is just quicker than a guy like Joel Embiid's. Hence why he's higher on this list. Cliff Robinson, F tier at this stage. I did use Cliff Robinson for a time, but that time has came. Time has went. F tier for him. Moses Malone. I don't know. He's got a 63 ball. I want to start with that. I don't hate Moses. I actually think the card's good defensively. But if you have a 63 ball, it's tough for me to be super high on the card. I'm going to go C tier for Moses Malone. Jack Sigma, pretty solid. I wish he was a little bit faster. That's the first thing I want to say. I think he's better at center than power forward. So again, stay tuned for the center tier. I think at the power forward position, he's still A tier. Still a solid card on the floor. Dolph Schayes. Look, some people are going to say he's F tier. I know his release is broken, but he still does enough on the court to me put him at C tier. His release is broken. I don't think he's worth his price, but I do think he is a C tier caliber card. Pascal Siakam up next. Kind of an interesting card. He's only 6'8". I want to start with that. He is going to play incredibly good defense. I think I've got to go A tier with Spicy P, but I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm going to go B tier. Is he better than KD at the power forward position? That's what it comes down to. I don't think so. I'm going to go B tier for Spicy P. Antonio Davis can't shoot, plays a ton of defense, so I'm going to go D tier. Carlos Boozer can shoot, plays no defense, D tier. Karl Malone, really solid. I'm going A tier with Karl Malone. Give me Karl Malone over KD. Give me him over Pascal Siakam. And it all starts with that release. He's got an incredibly good release that he's going to knock down shots at an insanely high rate. Karl Malone is deserving of A tier. Purvis Ellison up next, C tier. Nothing anybody can say will ever make me not love Purvis Ellison. Shoots the ball pretty well. I know his 3-ball is low, but he has one of the best releases in the game, so shoots the ball well enough. Plays solid defense. The card is just good. Nobody can hate me. Or nobody can make me hate him. Jeff Rulin stinks, D tier. D12 at the power forward position is an S tier card. He is. There's no flaws with Dwight Howard. 6'10", great player build. I wish his release was better. Like, if you want to come up with a flaw with Dwight Howard, you can say his release isn't good, and that's true. But Dwight is solid. S tier for the card. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Tim Duncan at the power forward position. I'm going to throw him a C tier. You can knock down the occasional shot with him, the 3-ball. I've used Tim Duncan for a long time. I think he's better at center than power forward, though. Karl Towns, I mean, C tier. I'm going to go C tier. I still think he's better than Chris Kaman. Chris Kaman has 70 speed. Maybe I'm hating on Chris Kaman too much, but I don't care. Chris Kaman, dog water, D tier. Obi Toppin, D tier. He's fine if you need him. He's free. Can run the card. He's not great. K-Love, don't love him. 6'8". I know K-Love's going to shoot the ball. I mean, here's the situation. I've got to go Chris Kaman C tier, and I got to go K-Love C tier. I don't want to, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Anthony Davis, S tier. And look, AD, I think, is the best power forward probably in the game. But he is absolutely not worth the price he is going for. Anthony Davis is going for like, what, 2 million coins? Come on, guys. We got to be a little smarter with our MT. AD is not worth that amount of coins. However, he is the best power forward in the game. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and hate him. He is the best power forward in the game, but he is not worth the price he's going for. Jalen Williams up next. He's fine. He's just extremely undersized. Like, I don't not hate Jalen Williams at all. He's just 6'5". Hurts the card's value a ton, but his release is great. I'm going to go C tier, but just know if you want to get cheesy and play him, you can. Evan Mobley, release is slow, but he is 7 feet tall. Going to play a ton of defense on the floor. A tier for Evan Mobley is the right spot for the card. Again, plays so much defense on the court. His release just leaves a lot to be desired, which is why the card is at A tier. Next up, guys, we've got Jarrett Allen. Now, Jarrett Allen's a weird card because, I mean, he's not nearly as good as Evan Mobley defensively. He's only 6'9". I don't know where Jarrett Allen fits in on this game. Do you play him at power forward because he's undersized? Do you play him at center because that's where his best position probably is? I don't know. I think he is a C tier card. John Collins, I'd be lying to say I know anything about the card. I don't. And last and certainly not least, Alex Sarr. I want to show you guys something. Alex Sarr is a great card. What catches your eye first is 83 3-ball, 73 speed. He's 7'1". The card's got to be great, right? I think he's better at power forward because then if you play him at power forward, he doesn't have to rebound as well as you need. He's got 70 defense rebounds, 66 offensive rebound with a 43 steal. The card is good, but I want you guys to know that he's not perfect. Okay, that's all I'm trying to get at. That's gonna wrap it up for our power forward tier list today. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. I think my S tier, A tier, I'm confident with, and if I were to rank S tier, it probably would be something like this. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.